Welcome to my channel, where we discuss everything and all things politics, especially about the 2023 presidential election in Nigeria, held on February 25, 2023, and the result announced on March 1st, 2023, in which Bola Ahmed Tinubu of the APC was declared the winner, and the result is being disputed at the courts, and Nigerians are waiting for the Supreme Court, where it will end up from this presidential election petition tribunal, where it is right now, to tell Nigerians who actually won the 2023 presidential election in Nigeria. Now, while we wait for the courts, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the president of the country until the Supreme Court says otherwise. Now, while we wait for the courts to determine who actually won the election, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is running the country, and his actions and inactions are affecting the lives of Nigerians for good or for ill. Now, one thing you cannot take away from Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he never told anyone, I'm yet to see anywhere during the campaign that Tinubu said that he will fight corruption. I've not seen it. If you have any video clip where when Tinubu was on the campaign train, when he was moving all around the country, where he made a lot of statements that he will fight corruption if he's elected president, please let me know. Even Atiku Abubakar of the PDP, if there is any place where he consistently said, Atiku Abubakar, that he will fight corruption, I would also like to see, can put the link of that video to the comment box so that we all can look at it and appreciate it. But as far as I know, fighting corruption was not among the top agendas of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Therefore, you can imagine my surprise when coalition of civil society organizations condemned the appointment of officials by Tinubu, saying that he appointed people with questionable character and all that. We are going to look at the statement by these civil society organizations, what they said. But I want to say it clearly that the only presidential candidate who said that he will fight corruption if elected, and who Nigerians believe would fight corruption if he's elected president, or if he's announced president, or if he had been the one announced president on March 1st, is Peter Obi of the Labour Party. His antecedent, his running of Anambra State, and everything about him shows that he is a man who will fight corruption. And he was the only candidate who was very strong and specific about cleaning up the audience stable in Nigeria. He's the only one. The other candidates never talk about fighting corruption. Of course, because of their antecedent, even if they had said it, many Nigerians wouldn't have believed them. I'm talking of Atiku Abubakar and Bola Ahmed Tinubu. If they had said they will fight corruption, many Nigerians would not believe them because of their alleged antecedents, which is an open book. Just Google it, and you'll see so many things about them. Okay, I don't have to say anything about it. Just Google them, put their name together and corruption, then see what will pump out for you to read. But Peter Obi is the one that was specific, was strategic in saying that he will fight corruption. Not fighting corruption in terms of leaving his shop and start pursuing the thieves, but he will stop corruption by his own lifestyle. Because as Peter Obi keeps saying, if the president does not steal, the lieutenants will be scared to steal. He will live by example, and he will fight corruption. And by his antecedent, everybody will sit up. And he would have run, and he will run if the Supreme Court declare him the winner of this election. I can assure you that Peter Obi will run a very transparent government, a very clean government, a very open government, a government that is transparent, a government that Nigerians will be proud to show to the rest of the world. So he was the only one that said he fight corruption. So you can therefore imagine my surprise when people are talking about that Aswaju, the people he appointed, and are people of questionable character. That's what the civil society organizations are saying. And we're going to look at what they are saying. And when we look at what they are saying, we now situate it to the fact that, to be honest, Aswaju never said he will fight corruption. I didn't hear him, and I have challenged anyone who saw Aswaju either in presidential debate, either in presidential campaign, whether he was in Owerri, whether he was in Lagos, whether he was in Kano, where he was saying that he will fight corruption. I want to see it. So since he didn't say that he will fight corruption, nobody should hold President Bola Ahmed Tinubu accountable on the issue of corruption. That is not what he said he would do, fighting corruption. And that was also the reason why Nigerians rejected him. Because he didn't say he will fight corruption. It was one of the reasons Nigerians rejected President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Because many of those who voted against him because he didn't prioritize corruption in his campaign. It's one of the reasons why he was rejected by Nigerians. Don't forget that in as much as INEC allocated 8.9 million votes to him, there are about 15 million votes against Tinubu. That's 15 million votes. Many of them did not vote for him because they believe that he will not fight corruption. And true to their fear, these civil society organizations are claiming that he should fight corruption, but that, as I said, is not his priority, should not be his priority, because he didn't say he will fight corruption. Now let us see what the civil society organizations in Nigeria said. Some civil society organizations in Nigeria, they have condemned what they described as the appointment of people with corruption cases. They have condemned what they describe as the appointment of people with corruption cases by the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The civil society organizations say that they are disappointed over the appointment and nomination of some people believed to be corrupt and with questionable integrity into leadership positions at political party level, the executive and the legislative arms of government. The CSOs, or the senior civil society organizations, they include Transparency International, Civil Society Legislative Advocacy Center, CISLAC, and Transition Monitoring Group. Through their leader, Awal Musa Rafsanjani, the civil society organization said that they are worried about the effect that such ill-thought actions will have on the morale of anti-corruption agencies in the country. Of course, the anti-corruption agencies, their morals are low. Already, their chairman has been suspended and he has been detained incommunicado by the DSS. Nobody have heard anything about him. Nobody knows why he's being detained and all that. And it has been alleged I don't even have access to his lawyers. So those who are sitting pretty now in the EFCC offices, they know that they could be in the same position tomorrow. They could all be locked up, and their lawyers and their family members won't have access to them. So already the morale is low. I assume reasonably that the morale should be low. So all these civil society organizations, what they are talking about is actually what is on ground already. It's not a question of as if it is something that will happen tomorrow, because they were saying that this air thought action will have what it will have on the morale of anti-corruption agencies in the country. Already their morale should be low. If the chairman of the commission, EFCC, can be taken away and his colleagues are not aware of what he did wrong, and Nigerians are not told what he did wrong, morale must be low in that office right now. Of course, we don't hear much about the EFCC anymore anyway. We don't hear much, unlike before. EFCC, Bauer was locked up. At least we are seeing some cases he was throwing around in the media against some former governors and some incumbent governors. Continuing, the civil society organization said that a scenario where an individual who has a very substantial allegation against him is made to lead the ruling party is worrisome. You know who they are referring to. I don't have to bug you with that. They say scenario where an individual who has a very substantial allegation against him is made to lead the ruling party is worrisome. The ruling party, even under President Muhammad Buhari, when they were still making noises about fighting corruption, they didn't even achieve much because Transparency International Perception Index keep ranking Nigeria corruption level or corruption perception index as high as ever since 2015. Now let's continue with this civil society organization. They say these are happening despite ongoing investigation by anti-graft agencies, both at the state and federal level, against some of these individuals. Continuing, they say, we find it appalling that some of the names set by the president to the National Assembly to be screened for ministerial positions have corruption-related cases to answer with the anti-corruption agencies. Going by this list, the president will correctly be perceived as showing lack of care about integrity in governance and turning a deafening heart to public outcry on key issues, especially the fight against corruption. I told you earlier on before, that was not among the top priority of Tinubu when he was campaigning. He didn't mention war against corruption as his top priority. So I don't know why they are stressing this issue. What they should be praying for is for a president that will fight corruption, that will prioritize it, and that will make it a campaign issue, and not the one that didn't make it an issue. Now, according to them, these CSOs, they said the ministerial list sent to the Senate proves that we are reversing the gains made in our anti-corruption efforts since our return to democracy in 1999. For example, the list has an ex-governor internationally accused of aiding a former military ruler to launder Nigeria's wealth abroad. It is also disturbing that a politician who has a case to answer with the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, is at the leadership of the National Assembly and will be conducting oversight duties on anti-graft agencies, including the EFCC. We equally frown at the recycling of some ex-governors and ex-ministers who glaringly failed to perform in their previous assignments. Continuing, the CSO said, with the assemblage of these alleged corrupt individuals with integrity deficit, it is clear, therefore, that the president has no regard or concern for the public demand to have a sane and responsible government. Continuing, they said, Nigeria's reputation in the global community is going to suffer. Already Nigeria's reputation, you say, let us take this particular paragraph. They say Nigeria's reputation in the global community is going to suffer negative consequences with the incredible damage the acts like money laundering, drug trafficking, merchants of violence, and the illegal proliferation of arms have done to our country, which has contributed and will continue in widening insecurity, poverty, collapse of education, healthcare, healthcare infrastructure, development, ethics, and value system. Now, what I'm saying here is about that Nigeria's reputation. Nigeria's reputation is already questionable. You can see the response of South Africa to Nigeria's intervention in Niger Republic. South Africa has stated, and as interpreted by Professor Bolaji Akinyemi, an international relation guru, former Director General of Nigerian uh, Institute of International Affairs, former Minister of Foreign Affairs of Nigeria. He said that South Africa deliberately want to, ridicule the president of Nigeria, that his election was not duly conducted, and therefore he has no moral right to talk about Niger Republic, and that South Africa was the one instigating African Union to give the coup plotters 15 days ultimatum to restore democracy, when ECOWAS, that ought to be the first to react, gave only 7 days, thereby showing that there are lack of synergy between ECOWAS and African Union. And Professor Bolaji Akinyemi, in a viral interview with with Arise Television, said that that thing was to spite Aswad Bola Ahmed Tinubu and to question the integrity of his election or the legitimacy of his election. It's not from me, you heard it. You can go and watch that video where Bolaji Akinyemi said it. I've shared it before, I've narrated it before using his statement on that. And also you can see the reaction of the coup plotters in Niamey, that's in capital of Niger, how they are making fun of our president in terms of saying that he has no moral right to talk about democracy in Niger when his own election is being disputed. And it's not only that, just go on social media, go on international media, go and read what is happening. Even the Le Monde, the publication, one of the leading newspapers in France, has also done an article where they say that Aswad Bola Ahmed Tinubu's credibility depends on what he does in Nigeria. Okay, so already uh, our Nigeria's reputation is being called to question because of what is happening in our country in respect of the outcome of the 2023 presidential election. So, what this group, the CSOs, are saying is a reality we all are witnessing right now. That Nigeria's reputation in global community is already suffering negative consequences because of the way uh, our leadership recruitment process went through INEC in an election that had been condemned as less than satisfactory by the European Union Observer Mission. Now let us continue again with this statement by the CSOs. Continuing, they say, we find it very sad that young Nigerians will have no positive lesson to learn from these corrupt leaders. With these corrupt leaders, they say that the young people will have no positive lesson to learn from the corrupt leaders appointed by Aswad Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Continue, they say citizens and well-meaning Nigerians must continue to demand that transparency, accountability, and responsible leadership be institutionalized in our public offices, the group said. Well, what I would expect the group to do is to join the hashtag all eyes on Nigerian judiciary. That is what I expect these CSOs to do. So that if there is any wrong that was done on February 25 and on March 1st, let all eyes, let the hashtag all eyes on the judiciary, let it continue to trend. That is the only good, the only thing reasonable that these CSOs can contribute to Nigeria right now. Because right now, all this thing they are saying is a waste of time. Telling Tinubu to fight corruption or to appoint people of integrity. That's not what he told you he's after. He have told you he will, he say he will run the economy and fight insecurity or whatever. But I never heard him say he will fight corruption. So let us not belabor Tinubu with something he never said he want to come and achieve. So the best thing is let all eyes be on the judiciary. Let the hashtag all eyes on judiciary. Let it be trending. That is the only thing that these so-called CSOs can contribute in making a better Nigeria right now. It is not for it's not for them to be disturbing Aswad Bola Ahmed Tinubu that he must fight corruption and all that. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel and you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you will be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, Google will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.